What's up, guys? Andy coming to you from the big metropolis of Shelby, Michigan. Today we're talking about how to create a good name for your company. So coming up with a company name is a very important part of your business that I think a lot of guys overlook, and they don't put enough importance on it. Even people that have already been running their company for several years, as the company grows, they might outgrow their name. They might have a mom and pop shop name, and it's not really fitting the size of their company anymore. So 3 points for you today to kind of follow that, whether you already have an established company with an established name or you're starting a new company and trying to think of that good name. Point one, what do you want people to feel or think when they hear your name? So when I created the name Empire Contractors, I really wanted to go with two ideas, and that was strong and medieval sounding. And we had quite a few different names lined up. I think we had about 15 or 16 words in there. Kingdom, castle, Trinity, barricade. We had all kinds of names, and Empire was at the bottom, and we ended up choosing Empire through a long list of random selections. So but you want to have that in there. You want to have that. What do you want people to feel? What do you want people to think? Maybe it's something you're passionate about, but it should be able to resonate with you and have a good story. So people, hey, why did you pick that name? You can be able to tell them why you picked that name and why you resonate with that name. Point two, does it sound good when people say it? And this is a good point, because there's some things that when you say them, you guys have all heard different companies that have a name, and you're like, why in the world did they name their company that? I picked out a couple of examples. We go through Missouri a lot, and there's a company called Uranus Fudge Factory, and their slogan is, the best fudge is found in Uranus. Now, although it's kind of catchy, it probably turns off a lot of people, and I wouldn't want to have a company name that is kind of like, sketchy or cheesy like that. So pick something that resonates well with you and with your customer base also. You want to make sure that you don't have a name that it's going to raise people's eyebrows and make them think twice about wanting to do business with you. And number three is to keep your name short and not complicated. I've seen people with names that are long and complicated. It's hard to remember. So this point will always transpose over into your website, how you market, people's memory and how they can remember and have that name stick in their mind, and memorabilia when you go to put your name on shirts and hats. It's always nice to have something that's just short and concise. So I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to have a good company name. It's almost as good as having a good logo, which we'll talk about in a future video. But the name itself, you're going to have a lot of times your name's going to appear without the logo in print or in newspaper, or when somebody's commenting on it. The name itself is very, very, very important. So put more time and effort into it than you think you should. Looking for a book? E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber is one of the best that I've ever found. It's actually changed how I do business in my business life. You can find it anywhere you buy books. It's about $20. Be sure to pick that up. Also, be sure to like and subscribe to our video. It helps us out a lot.